You ready? I'm ready. Let's do this. Okay, live from the Tom O'Neill Memorial Studios inside the Park Forest apartment complex. This is Steve Sporty Balls. I'm Harry Von Stuttgart, and I'm our host, Mr. Magnetism. Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to another crazed edition. Yes, we're late because I had some things I had to do. But still, hey, even if we're late, you're going to get a show, okay? But want to remind you, you think this is something? You just wait because tomorrow, oh, friends, tomorrow, it's it's our first annual NFL. It's our first annual because this is the first time we've tried this. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, I think, 7:45, 8 o'clock. Special edition of Steve Sporty Balls. It's our first annual NFL Schedule-A-Palooza. That's right. Tomorrow night, the NFL schedule is officially released. We have not done any leakage or anything like that. So, friends, we will go through all the weeks, the games, what network they're going to be on, etc. We will then go and dissect the Lions games. Do they have a good schedule? Do they have the players? Are they ready to defend the den? The NFC Central champions, the Detroit Lions. It feels so good to say that we are now the NFL's. We are no longer the NFL's doormat. We got all that plus a whole lot more. Gosh dog it, we're going to be on for an hour tomorrow. And then we'll be on an hour tomorrow night at our usual time. So we will have you all set. We will set up the plate with NFL Schedule-A-Palooza 24. All the games, all the weeks, every cotton picking game. We will then dissect the Lions schedule, who we think, week by week, will they win? Will they lose? Will they make it? Will they repeat as NFL Central Division champions? Only they know, but we can predict. And that's tomorrow night, 7:45 p.m. We start up. Please, whatever you are doing tomorrow night, join us for the special edition of Steve Sporty Balls. It's NFL Schedule-A-Palooza 24, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:45 p.m. on the West Coast. And with that said, it's time to get on with our little show. Let's get those sporty balls out and show them off. All right, folks, let's go to it. Okay. In the NFL, we teased this in our big teaserooski here. And we're going to explain. What if the NFL actually did go to an 18-game schedule? Now, the National Football League has been in early discussions of going to an 18-game schedule, which won't happen for a few years. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell even admitted the league was considering the possibility earlier this offseason. The push to eventually go to 18 games has not been abandoned by the league, although the current CBA doesn't expire until March of 2031. Interesting. I got to get this hair done. I'm trying to grow a mullet, If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to grow a mullet. Business up front, party in the back. Wish me luck. Now, the league does eventually want to move to 18 games, but the CBA has a restriction of going past 17 until it expires. The league wouldn't see an 18-game schedule until the year 2031. By that time, most of us will have died. The deal also limits the number of international games the league can hold to 10 in any season through next season, 2025. Why the talk of an 18-game schedule if it can't happen for another 7 years? Well, with the NFL schedule released this week, tomorrow night, right here on Steve's Sporty Balls, 7:45 Eastern Time, here's how the league could change in 2031 with an 18-game schedule and some ideas floated around that could possibly work. How about this? The NFL is going to have to add an extra week to the schedule somewhere with the 18th game. Playing a week deeper into January is feasible. But the best option would be have the last unofficial weekend of summer off and start playing on the second Sunday of September. If the NFL will move to Labor Day weekend, the league could play on the first Friday of September with the probation of Friday and Saturday games not starting until the second week of September. The NFL could actually play games each day from Thursday through Monday. Ain't that a hoot? Labor Day football may be back as a result of an 18th game. Now, a mid-season bye, otherwise known as an All-Star Week. Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow had a very interesting concept in regards to an 18th game being added to the schedule. The entire league has a week off at some point during the season, making that week a, quote, All-Star Week, end quote. The NFL could host the Pro Bowl games or a Pro Bowl that involves flag football in the middle of the season. Giving the players a week off would be massive if the league wants to keep around its All-Star game. The Pro Bowl will be more relevant in the middle of the year. The league could play 9 weeks to have a week off for the Pro Bowl before playing the other 9 weeks, incorporating the byes in the second half of the season. That would work. The league did try 2 bye weeks in '93, but never had a universal bye week. This is a way to keep the 20-week season afloat. 2 bye weeks. Each team will get their own bye week in addition to the universal bye in the middle of the season. The league can use those bye weeks from weeks 5 through 7 in the first half and weeks 13 through 15 in the second half, setting up a frantic finish from week 16 through 19. Remember the All-Star Week in its own week. So the schedule will resume in week 10 and would go to week 19 with the bye week. I like that. Assuming the season would start Labor Day weekend, the playoffs would still start the 3rd week of January. 2 byes can still be accomplished. I like that idea. How about this? The NFL likes to play 20 games. See the 17 regular season games and 3 preseason game format they have at this moment. That means preseason will be reduced from 3 to 2. With the addition of the 18th regular season game. The preseason will still begin the second weekend of August and end on the 3rd weekend instead of the 4th. A quick and efficient preseason may be what the NFL needs. How about the international games? Beginning in 2025, the NFL will be able to schedule up to 8 international regular season games if this dumb thing could just... you son of a Barco manager. There. Okay. Up to 8 international regular season games. Why are you doing this to me? Copy, share, select all. Copy, share, select all. Okay, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Thank you. Ugh. The current CBA allows up to 10, but perhaps that's expanded in the next CBA. Goodell even hinted at 16 games in 10 years. International games may not be scheduled after week 14 of the NFL season, which would likely remain around same time in the new CBA. The NFL likes to get the international games played early in the season, making way for the earlier proposition of the weeks 5 through 7 bye weeks to take place. They could also play international games later in the year, depending on the amount of international games the league chooses to have. How about this? More primetime games and days to play. And hello, Matt, Ed, and Eddie. More football means more primetime windows. Mentioned earlier was games played Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of Labor Day weekend. But what else could the NFL have in mind? What else? The NFL has already planted a flag on Christmas this year by playing games on Wednesday, opening up that whole week for games. The league already has 3 games on Thanksgiving, a game on Black Friday. Could they try the Wednesday before Thanksgiving? A 19-week season means another Saturday window in January, something the league would certainly entertain. More inventory means more revenue for the league. How about this? A ladder finish to the NFL. Regular season would mean a ladder finish to the NFL regular season would mean the Super Bowl will have to be pushed back until the 3rd weekend of February. President's Day weekend. Most people have that day off. The 3rd weekend of February extends the season but could garner higher ratings for the league with that Monday off for most people. It would be weird seeing Conference Championship weekend in February, but it's a change that would be overlooked once fans get used to it. There also won't be a lull between the Super Bowl and the NFL Scouting Combine, the next major event on the calendar. This will be a massive win for the NFL, massive wins for the teams, and imagine the big bucks. Wouldn't be bad. Remember, this is only in the early stages. Okay, let's do a little boom 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 boom. Hey. Yes, it looks like it's time for a DIVORCA. No bad blood at the ACC conference spring meetings, but divorce between the ACC, Florida State, and Clemson. Excuse me, like my belching, is still likely. And right now, the ACC conference annual spring meetings begin. It's business, as I said, in the ACC for Florida State and Clemson, even if the schools continue to quarrel with the conference inside the courtroom. The A2C, or ACC, is a battleground with Florida State and Clemson locked in multiple legal disputes as they challenge the league's as they challenge the league's grant of rights and contemplate a departure from the conference and maybe split up and one go to the Big Ten and the other say go to the SEC. The catalyst for this upheaval is the growing disparity in revenue between the ACC and the more financially robust Power 2 conferences, the Big Ten and the SEC, which could amount to as much as $40 million per year for their members. For now, everyone is acting professionally, even if it seems inevitable. Clemson and Florida State's marriage with the ACC is nearing an end. Clemson and Florida State administrators were not excluded from meetings this week at the conference at the conference's spring get-together, and the lawsuits FSU versus ACC, ACC versus FSU, Clemson versus ACC, and ACC versus Clemson were not a topic. Athletic directors were cordial and professional. Alford joked with colleagues. Wake Forest AD John Curry even elicited a laugh from Alford as he hunched behind his colleague during an impromptu gathering with the media. And no one spoke in hushed terms or hushed tones in the hallways of the Ritz-Carlton as meetings stretched into the evening on Tuesday. Still, the silent question lingered. Is this marriage salvageable? Do we need the Dr. Phil of football to help these two warring factions out? Alford maintains there is no ill will inside the room. In conference meetings, money, however, steers everything and can settle relationships, no matter how strong. 1 year ago, Florida State and Clemson successfully pushed for new success initiatives that reward schools in the ACC for their on-field success. Those revenue structures are still being tweaked, so said Florida State Athletic Director Michael Alford. It was also 1 year ago that news leaked that 7 schools in the ACC had explored potential exits from the conference after studying the league's ironclad grant of rights. Such an exit before the expiration of the media deal with ESPN in 2036 could cost schools more than $500 million. Holy. Since then, Florida's Board of Trustees has held multiple meetings to discuss the university's future in the ACC. In August, Justin Roth, a trustee, asked Alford and University President Richard McCullough for an exit plan by August 20th, 2024. Said Alford, if you go back to the president and myself, we never come out and said, hey, we want to leave the conference. We're letting the court proceedings play out. What our job is to make sure, with all the changes in college athletics, and I've said this the last 2 years, is to make sure that Florida State is in the best position possible to be successful. Clemson Athletic Director Graham Neff declined to comment when reached by our good buddies over at CBS Sports. Now, developments within college athletics have also loosened the ACC's grip as a power player. Undefeated Florida State was excluded from the college football playoff in December, perhaps hastening FSU to file suit against the ACC. Earlier this year, the CFP opted to provide the ACC 17% of revenue sharing starting in 2026, which amounts to about $8 million less than colleagues in the Big Ten, the SEC. Meanwhile, the collegiate athletics model is ticking towards implosion as the House versus NCAA case could be settled as soon as 3 days after my birthday. Gee whiz. According to CBS Sports' Dennis Dodd, the settlement will likely put schools on the hook for a new revenue-sharing model with players that will cost between $15 and $25 million per year. Meanwhile, the unrest continues at the ACC. North Carolina trustees this week voiced frustration. With the widening revenue gap and openly criticized longtime athletic director Bubba Cunningham Monday for an expected $17 million deficit in the school's athletic budget. UNC's Board of Trustees will meet Thursday, and Cunningham will attend that meeting to address those concerns. The landscape has shifted and will continue to shift. The Pac-12 has all but vanished. Only Oregon State and Washington State remain. The Big Ten is expanding, and so is the ACC, which has shattered geographical lines with the addition of Cal and Stanford, plus SMU. The SEC is adding Oklahoma and Texas. The Big 12 has added 8 schools in the span of a calendar year. In the ACC, Clemson and Florida State might just be the linchpin from another round of chaos. Alfred said this. We're looking at 2 institutions that want success and see the changing environment in collegiate sports and want programs to compete at the very top level and understand that to compete at that top level, we need to have our options available. And I'm speaking really for Florida State, that we need to have our options. But I'd assume that Clemson is also looking at the same model that's going on in collegiate landscapes and want their programs to compete at a national level, at an elite national level. Very, very interesting, don't you think? Yes, yes. Okay, thank you. Hello, Matt, Ed, and Eddie again. Hope everything is well. I'll take a little brochette here as we enter the 10:30 halftime. Matt, Ed, and Eddie, you're doing well. I'm glad today. This is the point of the program to which we'll do the monologue here with the chatters. Today was pretty semi exciting day. Excuse me for a moment. Can we get the hood there? There we go. Thank you. I had a pretty okay day. Didn't do too much. I started to do dishes at J-Town. My friend Deborah came back today. Well, unfortunately, last week, I'll just say I was asked if I wanted to go to a talent show at a church on Lansing Road. I did, and I took my friends Angie, Annie, and Chrissy, and myself. It was pretty good. I got to admit, we got some talented people. I got a little. I don't know. I guess maybe I didn't have supper, so I guess I started to feel a little drowsy. Yeah, I've been feeling a little drowsy lately. I enjoyed myself. Then took them home, and I decided then and there to go to 7-Eleven and give me a little Slurpee and had some dessert, which was cereal, multi-grain Cheerios, by the way. Tomorrow around 10:30, I have to pick up Chrissy and take her to Tecumseh for a friend's memorial. It starts at 1 o'clock. Hopefully, it'll end so I can get back to doing some of my stuff, and I wish people well. I've got to stop over at I got to stop over at DHS and do my little report. Tell them, yeah, I'm still here at Park Forest. Yes, I'm still here and everything else, blah, blah. Oh. Oh. God. Slurpees. They're the ultimate cure, folks, and I guarantee you they are truly the ultimate cure for what ails you. But anyway, so tomorrow's going to be another busy day. We'll try to be on the air tomorrow at about we will be on the air at 7:45 for our usual little dalliance, as I like to call it. Well, not our usual dalliance, because we got our special NFL Schedule-A-Palooza 24. We've already told you that about 2 times. I'm not going to do it again. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Please, everybody, watch. And then, of course, the regular show. I might be, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have my show, we're going to be on till about, I'm going to say 10 p.m. Eastern, which will be our regular show. But the regular show is going to be tied in with the NFL Schedule-A-Palooza 24 special. So you're going to have us on from 7:45 till about 9:45. After that, I'm going off the air for the night. I will probably, not off the air exactly. I will probably sneak in, say, hi to the most beautiful streamer in the world, Piper, and her show, the F-It Show. Might just invade that, like I did a couple times. I will not. I don't know. I think that's how we're planning it. 7:45 to. Let's not make it 9:45. Let's make it 9:30. Okay. Yeah. So, special edition of Steve's Sporty Balls NFL Schedule-A-Palooza 24, 7:45 to 9:45. Yay. That's right. 7:45, 9:45. We're going to make it a 2-hour show. Combine our little show with the NFL schedule announcements. And then you can switch over to Piper's channel for Ventures. The event, it's called Adventures with Piper. Go there and enjoy the F-It Show. I may be on it. I don't know. But we're doing a lot with our show, and we're going to make sure we do some things very special, like the NFL Schedule-A-Palooza 24. We will integrate that with our show, give you the scores and everything. Now, only on special editions, and I want to make this pronouncement, only on special editions of Steve's Sporty Balls will we do live updates at midnight Eastern. I want that made. I'm going to make that a pronouncement right here and now. Tomorrow night, 7:45 to 9:45, NFL Schedule-A-Palooza 24 and Steve's Sporty Balls special edition. Midnight to 12:30, we bring you Steve's Sporty Balls update, and those will be on special occasions, okay, like the NFL schedule, Christmas, etc. So you're not going to miss anything. We'll still have a show, and we're going to still have fun. Tomorrow night, 7:45 to 9:45, 2 big hours, 1 big event, 1 humongous pair of sporty balls. So watch out for that. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. We got you covered. And then at midnight on tomorrow night will be our first special edition, or not special edition, our first ever Steve's Sporty Balls update. 30 minutes, nothing but scores and some comedy. So there you go. We're going to bring it to you, folks. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. We're going to test out. If it works, then we'll do it. We'll do it permanently. We'll still stay at 10 o'clock, but we will also bring you a 12:30 update. There you go. So you got 2 chances to see us. Anyway, let's get back to what we do for a living. And what we do for a living is this. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go to it. Let's rock and ride. Inside a space, might as well tell the title here. Bronny James talks NBA draft projection at Combine. The son of LeBron James, his goal is to make a name for myself. Yeah, when you got a father named King James and you are known as the prodigal son, that's going to be difficult. Inside Space, Bronny James on Tuesday, for the first time in months, answered questions from members of the media about his time at USC, his preparation to one day join his father in the NBA, about being his own man, and about his time this week at the Windy City, participating in the 2024 NFL Draft Combine. Bronny bounced around to a number of topics and answered questions from reporters, tripping over themselves physically and mentally to try to get a word in edgewise. In doing so, he eloquently stepped out from the shadow of being the son of His Highness LeBron James, the Lakers acquisition and NBA supposed icon, and stepped into the shiny spotlight of being just Bronny James by making it clear he's his own man on his own mission, and that, frankly, I question. Now that the plan was presented, what the hell? We were talking about LeBron James, now we're doing the Jaguar bit? Come on. Gee golly wallers. We got to do the Jaguar show, too, or Jaguars thing as well. Right now, let's get done with Bronny James. Get back there. Come on. Didn't tell you to. Okay, we'll do the Jaguars thing. Jeez. People in the control room are torquing me off. We got to have shows done properly, sir. Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about the Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium of the future is now a go, as franchise and the city came to an agreement on a $1.4 billion project on Tuesday. The proposal will see each side contribute $625 million to the project, and Jacksonville will chip in another $150 million to get Everbank Stadium ready for construction beginning in 2026. The team will also not include any new taxes to pay for the rebuild. Now that the plan was presented to a city council on Tuesday, members are slated to vote on it in June, with a majority of 19 members needed to pass. Then it would advance to the NFL owners meeting in October, where they need 24 of 32 votes to reach final approval. With construction set to begin after the 2025 season, the Jags would play in front of a reduced capacity crowd in 2026 and then host home games in either Gainesville or Orlando in 2027. The updated look of Everbank Stadium was revealed last summer, representing the next step in the team's efforts to transform downtown Jacksonville. The Jaguars plan to make the stadium 4 times as wide as the current one, with interactive social areas and food local to the city. The stadium will include state-of-the-art technology and a shade canopy to reduce heat retention by 70%. As for other opportunities to improve the stadium, in announcing the stadium design last year, the franchise said the following changes will be made. Shade on all seats, a given, yes, a giving. 360-degree concourse, wider concourses, increased space for football operations, better vertical transportation, replace HVAC, plumbing, mechanical, and electrical systems. The Jaguars, rumored for years to be a potential relocation franchise to London, have plans to remain in Jacksonville for the long term. This new stadium would ensure they remain in the market for another 30 years. Huzzah! The franchise chose to renovate Everbank Stadium instead of building a new one once the organization concluded it was structurally possible. This redesign will also put Jacksonville in line to again host the Super Bowl, which the city hasn't done since Super Bowl. Hi, how are you? You want to cooperate, please? I don't want to. We're not doing baseball. Come on. Who's in the control room? Anyway, we're going to try this again. No, we're not doing the whole speakifying. We're just going to go where we left off. Anyway, we got to wait for Okay, let's raise this puppy up. Come on. Raise it up. No, that's not what we wanted. Okay, so you're not responding. Okay. We're having a little tech issue with the CBS Sports website where we're getting our news from or our sports from. So give us a few moments here. We're going to try to get things back in order because we are nearing our conclusion here. And we got a lot of scores for you coming up. Mm. Mm. Ooh, nice. Okay, we've done that part. We've done that part. Okay, we continue with this part. Finally, we got you working. Increase space for football operations. Better for. Okay, I've already read that. Jaguar, the new franchise chose to renovate, blah, 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 blah. The redesign, blah, blah, blah. Super Bowl 39 in 2025. The Jaguars constructed a state-of-the-art 125,000 square foot sports performance center as part of the team's renovation plan, which was unveiled during training camp last year. And the new practice facility included locker rooms, team and positional meeting rooms, training and recovery areas, medical support facilities, weight room, dining facilities, office space, and a draft room. 2 full-size grass practice fields and a full-size indoor practice field are also said to be part of the new training complex. The renovated stadium will be the centerpiece of the Jaguars facility reconstruction, showcasing the franchise's commitment to the city. Hallelujah. We got it done. Okay. Yeah, I think we might have jumped the gun on the All-Star break in the well, here we go. Okay, well, as we near the All-Star break, we have the first quarter grades, and here they are. The Arizona Diamondbacks get a D. The defending National League champions have endured some rough breaks this year. Eduardo Rodriguez, who was supposed to be a rotation boon, has been frankly a bust. Paul Sewald and Merrill Kelly either have or will miss a considerable amount of time. Plans A and B at shortstop are down, hurt at the same time, and it's more than fair to write no one saw Corbin Carroll performing this poorly out of the gate. The Atlanta Braves get an A. Braves are one of the few and far between teams who can realistically assert that it's World Series or bust. That's why it hurts all the more that ace Spencer Strider will miss the rest of the season following elbow surgery. The Braves have also seen a few key hitters get off the slow starts, Ronald Acuna Jr. and Matt Olson included. The combination, plus the Phillies' white-hot start, explains why they're sitting in second place in the National League East. Even with all that said, they're on the pace to win more than 100 games. Not bad. Baltimore Orioles, they get an A. They played very well in the troubles they've experienced, mostly related to Craig Kimbrell's shakiness, Jackson Holliday's career-opening woes, but Cedric Mullins' uncharacteristically poor hitting are just minor blips on the screen. They got a good chance to see their first World Series title since '83. Boston Red Sox, they get a B. Who would have thought that Boston would get this much mileage out of the likes of Cutter Crawford and Cooper Criswell? That's without mentioning some outstanding early season bullpen duty by Justin Slayton, Greg Weisert, and Brennan Bernardo. Ultimately, hey, they're in the third place in a division that many people are classifying as a two-team race. But, man, are they doing good. Chicago Cubs get an A. and they're going to be right in the middle of the National League Central race. The Chicago White Sox, a big double F. They are totally bleeped. Cincinnati Reds get a D. Cleveland Guardians get an A. Colorado Rockies an F. Detroit Tigers, they come out of this pure gold. They get a C. Now, don't forget, when the All-Star break happens, keep it right here on Steve's Sporty Balls for the assessment. We haven't done it in a while, obviously, because we haven't been here. Let's see. Houston Astros get an F. Kansas City Royals an A. Los Angeles Angels an F. You can't get any lower than an F. Los Angeles Dodgers an A. Miami Marlins an F. Milwaukee Brewers get an A. Minnesota Twins get a B. New York Mets get a C. New York Yankees get an A. Oakland Athletics get a D. They might as well just you might as well just say incomplete. The Phillies an A, Pirates a D, Padres a B, San Francisco a D, Mariners a B, St. Louis Cardinals an F, Tampa Bay Rays a D, Texas Rangers, the defending World Series champs, a B, Toronto Blue Jays an F, and the Washington Nationals get a C. Now it is time on this program. Now it is time on this little show. We give you the scores of all that is going on in the world of sports. And we do so right here, right now. And we have plenty of time to do that. Why? Because I talk fast and make little sense. So here we go. In the Premier League, it was Manchester City over Tottenham Hotspur 2-0. La Liga Española, Osasuna and Mallorca tied at 1. Real Madrid beat Deportivo Alaves 5-0. Villarreal over Girona 1-0. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, we always check to see if there's anything happening in our country. Okay, do we have anything happening in our country? Our country, 'tis of thee. We play our sports with glee. Here we go. Oh, there's a lot. Let's go for it. In the USL Championships League, North Carolina defeated Loudoun United 2-0. USL League 2, Charlotte Eagles defeated the Charlotte Independents 4-3. Western Mass Pioneers over the Boston Bolts 1-0. And right now, Salem FC and Tobacco Road are just starting. In the NPSL East Regional Keystone West Conference, their start times, so they're not ready. Neither is the East Region. But the Women USL Women's League, Indy 11 defeated Racing Louisville 3-1. And that is your football scoreboard. Let's go now to ice hockey. And we tell you the Stanley Cup playoffs. In the second period, Edmonton leads Vancouver 1-0. And Florida defeated the Boston Bruins defeated Florida Panthers 2-1. In the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League playoff, Drummondville over by Comeo 4-3. And the WHL playoff, that's starting up. Moose Jaw taking on the Portland Winterhawks. And you think maybe, well, I don't know. We'll just have to find out right here. Let's do that. We call upon thee. WHL playoffs. WHL playoffs. Really? Now we got it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, where are we here in this little menage a nufi? Okay, let's see. Oh, WHL, this is Tuesday. Okay. Yeah. Hi, how are you? Can we get something a little interesting? All right, well, okay. Thank you, boys, very much. Okay. Right now, as we said, Moose Jaw, Portland. Portland is leading. Right now, 2-1, and there you about have it. Okay, we got no AHL for right now. Right now, MILB.com scores. Blessings. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. We're going to do this fast because we got about 5 minutes before we have to say sayonara because we're going off the air at 11. I have decided I am Optimus Prime. L'chaim. Okay, let's see if we can do this all together now. All together now. All together now. Okay, let us do all kiddies and cadets. Okay, we're starting with AAA, obviously. So here we go. In the bottom of the 8th, Sugarland is leading Albuquerque 15-5. Top of the 7th, Tacoma leads Salt Lake 4-0. Middle of the 4th, El Paso and Vegas are tied at 1. Oh, excuse me. We got that wrong. Hey, come on. Let's see. Do we have everything? Okay. Well, we said we're covering it all. We're covering this puppy all. All righty. Let's go to it. Bottom of the 8th, Sugarland over Albuquerque, 15-5. Top of the 6th, ACL Mariners lead the ACL Rangers 6-1. Bottom of the 5th, the ACL Royals lead the ACL Giants 5-2. Bottom of the 8th, Rancho Cucamonga leads 4-0 over the Inland Empire. In the middle of the 6th, ACL Diamondbacks are losing to the ACL Cubs 5-4. Top of the 5th, ACL White Sox lead the ACL Brewers 7-2. Bottom of the 4th, ACL Dodgers over the ACL Angels 6-0. Bottom of the 6th, ACL Reds beating the ACL Guardians 4-2. In the middle of the 6th, ACL Rockies over the ACL Athletics 4-3. Top of the 7th, Tacoma over Salt Lake 4-1. Bottom of the 5th, Hillsboro over Tri-Cities 1-0. Top of the 5th, Vancouver and Spokane are tied at 10. Top of the 4th, Eugene and Everett tied at 0. Bottom of the 4th, San Jose and Modesto tied at goose egg. Bottom of the 4th, El Paso and Vegas tied at 1. Final scores, Rome defeated Hi, we screw up so we don't have to. There we go. Can we just do one thing here? Can we get something right? I'm trying to read the name, and unfortunately, it is not letting me in the nugget. Okay, come on. Come on now. I want to get this thing done. Don't you want me to do this properly? Because I have to do an hour show and you are not listening. Okay. We'll just okay. Damn. Man. Temperamental temperamental teleprompter. Oh boy. Okay. We're doing an hour. We got about 10 minutes, so yeah, we're going to end this in 10 minutes. Wish me luck. So here we go. Yeah, I want all. Okay. What do I mean by all? I don't mean the detergent. I mean all leagues. Okay, all leagues. Okay, we got it. Come on. The teleprompter is misbehaving tonight. What else is new? Okay, let's see what we got here. San Diego, Modesto. Rome over Asheville. Final score 11-1. Final score Akron over Altoona 2-1. Salem over Augusta 5-0. FCL Pirates lose to the FCL Red Sox 7-2. FCL Tigers beat the FCL Yankees 7-4. FCL Braves lose to the FCL Orioles 4-0. FCL Cardinals over the FCL Mets 15-5. FCL Astros lose to the FCL Nationals 6-5. FCL Twins beat the FCL Rays 10-3. Peoria over West Michigan 1-0. We have another blank team. Oh, joy, rapture, and excitement. Can we get one thing right? Okay, we have a final score in 10 innings. We're going to try to get you the teams that were a part of it. Let's see, we're on. Okay. Doogie, can we have the scores, please? The teleprompter is doing an act up again. Okay, here we go. Okay, Amarillo defeated Frisco by a score of 7-6. Huzzah! Yes, huzzah! Oi! Hallelujah! Okay, we still got scores. We're 7 minutes left in the broadcast. This hasn't been a bad broadcast, I guarantee you. It has been a fun broadcast. Teleprompter sucks, but hey, what can we do? We live for this moment, and we carry this moment in our precious lives. Yes. I'm stalling. I know. We got 7 minutes here, and Jesus criminy, I would like to do 7 minutes without any trouble from a teleprompter. Okay, now can we just do this correctly? Thank you. You will know that I'm not touching this properly, because every time I try to. Okay, let's see. Ah, boy. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Final sale. Okay, final in 10 innings. Frisco lost to Amarillo 7-6. St. Paul beat Omaha 13-7. Midland over Springfield 6-4. Fresno over Stockton 3-2. Sacramento over Oklahoma City 3-1. Palm Beach over St. Lucie 7-3. Greensboro over Hickory 4-2. Erie lost to Harrisburg 5-1. Memphis over Gwinnett 6-1. Gwinnett over Memphis in the first game 1-0. Second game Memphis beat Gwinnett. They split the doubleheader 6-1. Aberdeen over Wilmington 6-2. Lansing over Lake County 8-6. Binghamton over Bowie 2-0. Worcester over Scranton Wilkes-Barre 8-4. Rochester over Buffalo 7-5. Hudson Valley over Jersey Shore 8-5. Syracuse over Iowa 8-7. Portland beat Somerset 11-10. Jupiter over Dunedin 9-6. Visalia over Lake Elsinore 9-4. Clearwater over Daytona 4-2. Fort Myers by 3 over Lakeland 11-8. Bradenton over Tampa 4-3. Kannapolis over Fayetteville 3-0. Charlotte over Dunham in 10 innings 12-11. Also in 10 innings, South Bend over Fort Wayne 8-5. Chattanooga over Birmingham 6-2. Rocket City over Tennessee 8-2. Louisville over Columbus 11-4. Dayton over Great Lakes, the Loons 2-1. San Antonio over Corpus Christi 6-2. Fredericksburg over Myrtle Beach 5-3. Nashville over Jayville 12-2. Winston-Salem over Greenville 12-5. Charleston over Columbia 3-1. Hartford over New Hampshire 9-3. In 10 innings, Quad Cities over Cedar Rapids. Cedar Rapids over Quad Cities 6-5. Final in 10, Arkansas over Northwest Arkansas 5-4. Montgomery over Pensacola 3-2. Wisconsin over Beloit 7-3. Wichita over Tulsa 6-3. Reno over Round Rock 4-1. Games that were postponed: FCL Blue Jays and the FCL Phillies. Carolina and Down East, Toledo and Indianapolis, Delmarva and Lynchburg, Lehigh Valley and Norfolk, Reading and Richmond, Brooklyn and Bowling Green, and Biloxi at Mississippi. Folks, that's it. We've done our duty. We have performed well. We may not have had time for karaoke, but we probably will have time for it tomorrow. Might have a guest as well. I don't know. No, we won't have a regular show tomorrow because our regular show is going to be melded into our special edition. So instead of we'll see you tomorrow night at 10, we'll see you tomorrow night at 7:45 to 9:45 p.m. Eastern for Steve Sporty Ball's special NFL Schedule-A-Palooza 24. Plus, we'll give you some baseball scores, hockey scores, and basketball scores. This was a great stream once again. So for our producer director, Mr. Matthew the Wizard Nichols, I am. Oh, and of course, the co-producer, of course, Jay the Brain with 2 N's to avoid legal man, who's also got 2 N's. I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network. We were live because we don't have the rights to the audio or video, so we have to wing it all. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, NFL Schedule-A-Palooza, special edition of Steve's Sporty Balls, tomorrow night, 7:45 Eastern Time. We'll put it all together. We'll be on for 2 hours, 7:45 to 9:45. NFL schedule, sports, scores, news, everything you need to know. Why? Because we can do that. Thanks, everybody. Good night. God bless, and thank you for watching. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7:45.